So, good afternoon everyone. It has already been 5 months since nag-start ang Philippines mag-implement ng different phases ng community quarantines. And I'm pretty sure by now lahat tayo very affected na when it comes to the disruptions of our daily routines pre-COVID. And so I thought of creating this video that goes beyond your typical advice. No? So we all know that you have to take care of your health by sleeping, eating properly, and doing exercise. But I want to go beyond yung mga tips na yon by providing you actionable advice on how to take care of yourself during the pandemic. Like, how do we boost our four happy hormones? Yung ating, paano natin i-maintain yung ating body clock, yung tinatawag natin na circadian rhythm. And because we all know that as humans, we are creatures of routine, di ba? So every day we find ourselves in our comfort zones kapag may routine tayo. So yeah, let's talk about taking care of your health during this pandemic. So to start this video, I would like to begin talking about the four happy hormones. No? And para madaling maalala, I would like you to, as the viewer, to remember this particular saying that you should get your daily dose of happiness. So yung dose, the word na dose, yun yung ating apat na happy hormones. So that's dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. No? So for the first one, dopamine, si dopamine is what you call the feel-good hormone. No? So pinoproduce siya ng body natin as we accomplish tasks and tasks. So it leaves us with the feeling of accomplishment. No? So in order to boost your dopamine daily, so you have to establish good habits by setting up cues, routine, and you have to reward yourself, diba? So for example, sa umaga, I would wake up at 5 a.m. with cheer. And ang difference kasi ng setup namin right now is work from home ako and siya ay nagtatrabaho pa rin sa office. So she gets picked up around 6:15 ng kanyang company vehicle. No? So what we do, when I wake up at 5 a.m., I make coffee, I prepare yung baon ni Cheer for the day, tapos i-set up ko na yung biking app ko called Zwift para kapag balik, kasi hatid ko si Cheer muna sa pickup point, and para pagbalik ko, para wala nang setup time, i-on ko na yung Zwift app. So yun yung first part ng routine ko. And as a reward for doing that, after ko ihatid si Cheer dun sa pickup point, may malapit na convenience store dun, and I will treat myself to freshly brewed coffee over and above doon sa coffee na ginawa ko. Now, for the second happy hormone, you have oxytocin. So, oxytocin naman is the love hormone. So, we usually release oxytocin when we do hugs, di ba? When we hug someone we care about, when we cuddle, kiss, when we do bonding with friends and family. So, in order for us to boost our oxytocin, and especially ngayon, di ba, bawal tayo lumabas, it's best to replicate yung mga ganong scenarios. Aside from the ones na kasama na natin sa bahay, if you want to reach out to your friends, you can say hi to them by doing Zoom, di ba? So, I also make it a habit na I meet up with friends online every now and then so that we can, see each other kahit online man lang. So that's a good way to boost your oxytocin. Now, the third hormone is your serotonin. So para sa akin, yung serotonin siya yung parang pinaka mysterious sa lahat ng hormones. Bakit? Kasi it's associated with our sense of being, yung sense of purpose mo sa buhay. And I usually find, based on what I read, yung serotonin is produced uh, when we look deep into ourselves. Medyo malalim na, di ba? So, I usually experience yung ganitong sense of being when I am taking morning strolls. So, yun nga, after ko hatid si Cheers sa kanyang pickup point, I take morning strolls, I get good sunlight, di ba? So, may vitamin D, and that is my quiet time as well. So, being able to contemplate and being alone, assessing yourself, your sense of purpose in life, allows you to produce serotonin, no? Which gives you a sense of purpose as a human being. So the next one is endorphin. This is the last one of the happy hormones, and I'm pretty sure marami na sa inyo ang may alam kung paano gawin ang endorphins, no? And that is ang main example for doing this is exercise. So exercise daily, it doesn't have to be yung kailangan mataas yung heart rate mo, no? You can release endorphins by doing light physical activities, walking the dog, you can do gardening, like you can take strolls while observing the social distancing protocols, no? And that is enough for you to produce endorphins aside sa pagkain ng sili, so that produces endorphins as well. And endorphins act as the body's natural painkiller because we release it when we are subjecting our body to pain and stress, no? So hopefully nakatulong yung mga actionable tips na yan. So don't forget to get your dose of happiness daily. So aside from boosting your 4 happy hormones, here are some actionable tips pa, no? So one is taking care of your sleep patterns, no? So what do I mean by that? So usually kasi alam natin na it's recommended that you get at least 7 hours of sleep as an adult. But most of us, I hear a lot of people, treating lack of sleep as a bragging right. So we should avoid using wearing lack of sleep as a badge of honor na parang, wow, ang dami kong ginagawa, 4 hours lang yung tulog ko. We should avoid that because that is a very unhealthy practice, no? And it's not sustainable. Maybe nung college days natin, kaya pa yung mga puyatan before the exam, pero as adults, I think it's not sustainable anymore, no? So to help us establish a good sleeping routine, here are some actionable tips. One, you avoid screens at least 30 minutes before sleeping, no? Because screens like yung cellphone screen natin, yung computer screen, they produce blue light which disrupts yung pag-produce ng katawan natin ng ating sleep hormone which is melatonin, no? And delaying yung production ng melatonin disrupts yung ating body clock or yung tinatawag natin na circadian rhythm. So instead of avoid the screen. Then you can also establish a cue and a routine that signals your body na, oh, it's time to sleep na. So, kunwari, for me, personally, ang ginagawa ko, I brush. So, brushing can be used as a cue for the body na, oh, patulog na si Gustav. So, pag nag-brush ako, dalawang things ang sinasabi niya sa katawan ko. Huwag ka nang kumain kasi may problema ako sa dinner. I tend to do post-dinner snacking. So, brushing helps na to avoid that habit, no? And at the same time, it sends a signal na kapag nag-brush na si Gustav, handa na siya matulog. So I get to sleep 15 minutes to 24 minutes after I lie down in bed, except kapag madami talagang nangyayari sa utak ko, no? Pero it usually works. Now, the second to the last actionable tip na ibibigay ko is related to your nutrition. Now, I understand that most of us gained more chores during the community quarantine phase, no? Mas nagiging magulo na yung ating tinitirahan kasi lagi na tayo nandito. mas marami ng kailangan linisin, may dishes na. So it can be really tempting to just order take out food, fast food, yung mga pagkain na pwedeng dukutin from the tub, from plastics. But it's also important to note that as much as possible, we try our best to avoid processed foods. No? As a rule of thumb, we stay away from food na madaming kamay or proseso ang pinagdaanan. And I know that it's hard for some. Aminado ako ina-outsource ko yung pagluluto. Wala akong oras. But still try your best to not be tempted by fast food or preserved food. So that's it, no? I trust that everyone is doing well despite the things that are going on right now. I believe na someday malalampasan din natin to. But until then, keep yourself healthy. Follow the protocols, no? To avoid the spread of the coronavirus, the COVID-19. So, dyan na si Cheer. So, once again, this is Daddy Stuff from Daddy Stuff PH. Bye. Bye-bye.